Everyone, Oliver here from Techitron again, and today we're bringing you our review of the Walton Walpad 10X. Now the Walpad 10X is among Walton's higher end offerings from the tablet space, and it is 10 inches large and features a retina display. So without wasting any time, let's get into the unboxing and review of the device. As usual, we have Walton's typical packaging here, and inside we see they've got a nice styrofoam protective layer to keep the device from shattering when it drops or anything. And again, here we have the Walpad 10X inside a plastic wrap to keep the device safe. And that looks nice. Okay, let's keep these aside. See what's inside the box. And as you can see here, we have a charging cable, and this, by the way, is non-removable, so it's purely for the use of charging. Keep that here. We have Walton's warranty card. Oh, this is a user manual. Warranty card. And this is the USB cable. So if you want to connect it to a computer or use any data transfer, you can do so. And this is the specialty here. Walton provides an OTG cable right in the box, so you can connect up different accessories to your device if you want to. And finally, as we've seen with all Walton devices, they come with a screen protector, which is always a plus. The design and build quality of the Walpad 10X is by far the best that we've seen from Walton. For the first time in a Walton device, we see them using solid aluminum for the back. This year, this is one solid piece of aluminum, and it feels absolutely great. The back of the Walpad 10X isn't slippery like you'd find on some iPads. It's in fact got a very matte type of a finish, so when you hold it in the hand, it doesn't feel like it's going to slip anytime soon. You also see that Walton has taken some attention to detail by etching in their brand name as well as the name of the device itself. The attention to detail is further seen here, where you can see that Walton made sure that all the ports and all the speaker grills, everything is nicely machine chamfered, so it's all clean and feels very, very premium. On the bottom of the device, we have a 3.5mm headset jack as well as a micro USB port. Here on the side, we have two slots, one for the micro SD card and another for an actual SIM card. The Walpad 10X does support a SIM card, and you can use it and make phone calls and have 3G data. Over here on the side, we have a microphone similar to what we have over here. Up top, you see we have two volume rockers and a power button, and unlike previous Walton devices, these are very nice and responsive and clicky, and they have a good deal of responsiveness, something that we've really lacked from in previous Walton devices. So it's a great thing to see that they've worked on that and fixed it and made it really nice here. If we take a look around back over here, you can see that there is a long white plastic strip which is housing the antenna, which is required since the rest of the body is made out of metal. Over here on the corner, we have the back-facing camera, and it has a sort of plasticky trim around the edge, something that we really don't like because it contrasts against the premium feel of the metal build of the device. But nevertheless, it is there, and it's actually a pretty decent camera. Up front, surprisingly, we only have a front-facing camera and no other sensors, but that's not really a bad thing because the front-facing camera works pretty well. And the rest of the device, there are no more ports. On this side, we just have a continuation of the solid aluminum, and the front is just like this. One thing that we really liked about the device is that it features nice, thin chamfered edges, which goes up to the Gorilla Glass, so it looks really nice and feels really premium, something that we've really come to appreciate from the Walpad 10X. The Walpad 10X has a 10-inch display with a resolution of 2048 by 1536, which gives it a pixel density of about 320 pixels per inch, which is retina quality in terms of what Apple says. Now, as you can see, everything here looks very nice and sharp, and the display is actually pretty good quality. It just has a bit of a reflective tendency, so you have to get used to it after a while. The Walpad 10X's brightness does go up pretty high, but in serious cases outdoors, it becomes a little difficult to see the display, but it's nothing that's a deal breaker. The Walpad 10X has a 10-inch display, which is also retina quality, so you get a pixel density of about 320 pixels per inch. As you can see, going through content and watching things on this is an absolute pleasure. The one thing that's wrong is that whenever you go into full screen, you'll have these large, big black bezels on top and the bottom, purely because the screen is of an aspect ratio that is 4:3 instead of the traditional 16:9. But as you can see here, things look really nice and sharp and clear, and viewing and watching content on this is extremely pleasurable. The Walpad 10X runs Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and it is the closest to stock experience that we've seen on any Walton device. Now, the stock experience really helps the Walpad 10 because due to the stock experience, you have really little lag and the system really works nice and smoothly. Battery life on the Walpad 10X is also really amazing because we managed to squeeze out 8 hours and 46 minutes of life and screen on time actually, with the Wi-Fi turned on the entire time. The Walpad 10X has a 1.7 GHz octa-core processor along with 2 GB of RAM and a Mali 450 GPU. Now, because of that, we have some pretty decent benchmark scores, and in fact the device ranks right below the LG G3 and right above the original HTC One M7 in the AnTuTu benchmark ranking, which just goes to show that the device actually performs pretty well. Along with that, as you can see, transitions and everything else, they're really nice and smooth. Going in and out of apps, they're not really that big of a deal, because since the processor is so fast, you can actually do quite a number of tasks without much hassle. The great performance of the Walpad 10X is also reflected here whenever we're trying to switch between applications. As you can see, things open up really nice and fast, and going between applications is not a problem at all. You can actually load up a great number of applications without having the device show any signs of slowing down, which is something that's appreciable and commendable to the 1.7 GHz processor. With the Walpad 10X, Walton ships an OTG cable right in the box free of any extra cost, so if you have any accessories such as this DualShock 3 controller here, you can connect it to your Walpad 10X and use it for different tasks. For example, I can control things on the user interface right here without having to touch the screen. So right now we're going to play some Asphalt 8 and show you how the addition of a controller just makes this for a much more intuitive gaming experience. I just hope I don't lose. Let's also take this opportunity to say that gaming on this device is really nice and smooth and doesn't lag often. We tried Modern Combat 5, but due to the really high gaming and graphics demand of that game, it lags very slightly. See? Crap, I died. I will not lose. I refuse to lose. Now we're just playing some Modern Combat 5, and what we'd really like you to notice is that the game lags whenever there are too many people on the screen, but otherwise movement's really nice and smooth. The controller makes for some really exciting gameplay, so let's just take a look at how that goes. Modern Combat 5, by the way, is one of the most graphically demanding games that we do have on Android. So very few devices can actually play this game really nice and smoothly. As you see, the game's working smoothly now, but when too many people get on screen, things start to get a little bit messy. Due to the massive size of the Walpad 10X, it's actually a pretty good productivity device. Here, all we did was connect a mouse using the OTG cable that Walton provided and just hooked it up to another Bluetooth keyboard, therefore having an almost laptop-like setup. So if you're on the go, you can easily replace this for your general laptop because it's really lightweight, you have a lot less to carry, and it's going to last you a pretty long time. And if all you're trying to do is maybe write documents or just do some spreadsheets or make presentations, this is absolutely ideal because the price of the Walpad makes it a lot cheaper than most netbooks you'll find in the market, and it provides you with a really good quality screen and battery life as well. You can use this setup to do almost anything. For example, we're using the mouse to completely ignore the touchscreen and use this as you would any other desktop or laptop device. As you can see, it's really intuitive and works very well without much lag or latency. So let's just go to YouTube, and here we have even suggestions down on the bottom, so it makes typing easier than you would find on your desktop. The Walpad 10X comes with a 13 megapixel rear camera, and during daylight it will give you actually pretty good shots. But when the light is a little low, as you can see, you'll get some pretty grainy images, but that's not something that we don't expect from this. Other than that, the camera is very similar to the Primo S3s, and I believe it shares the exact same optics. As you can see here, there is a bit of trouble in focusing, and since the device is so big, when you press on it, there'll be a little bit of a vibration, but if you just hold it steady, that's not much of a big deal. Taking pictures is really easy and quick, and the front-facing camera is actually pretty decent to take video conferences or selfies. Looking at the spec sheet tells you the Walpad 10X is a great device, but that's only touching the tip of the iceberg. After using a 10-inch device, I have become a convert. Sure, 7 inches are more portable, but there's a lot of added utility that a 10-inch tablet offers, which validates buying a tablet. Media consumption is a dream on such a large screen. Whether you're watching videos, reading articles, or playing games, everything feels much more immersive. The high-resolution Retina screen adds to the immersive experience too. With such a large screen, you simply get to see more content, so there's less scrolling and less page switching. Though the device is pretty large, it is very lightweight at just 517 grams, so it does not strain your hands. All in all, the Walpad 10X exceeded our expectations and shines as Walton's premium tablet offering. It includes almost everything a consumer looks for in a tablet and offers many features that similarly priced tablets just don't. Thank you for watching our review. You can find more details on the Walpad 10X in our written companion. Please subscribe and share, and have a good day.